We appreciate you coming back to the Coinceras channel. That video that went popular recently, you might remember. This is scheduled to be released in the summer of 2023. X shorts were also worn. Involved as well was David Schwartz. Another topic that was discussed was the possibility of two global reserve currencies existing at the same time. I don't think people will see not having a boss as a big negative if it leads to a decentralized currency that makes many Bitcoin investors wealthy. What gives them the green light to let you amass XRP wealth? The prevailing opinion in this domain has held that view for quite some time. That, therefore, was the broad strokes. Do you all believe that XRP will actually result in financial success? I feel like this argument is made very often. At this very moment, it appears like a lot of commenters are assuming that XRP is in the possession of hundreds of millions of people. There are still less than 5 million XRP wallets in circulation, you know. What is the total number of XRP wallets with 23,45 distinct addresses when it comes to XRP? What fraction of wallets contain exactly one coin? What percentage of wallets are only associated with their core functionality? Take, for example, a wallet that has recently changed its name. In this scenario, I would wager that half of the 5 million wallets are entirely worthless. I say this because the goal is not to enrich a small group of people financially. That fraction is still minuscule. Well, it's still an issue, would it not? I have been arguing that XRP could be a useful bridge between different kinds of currencies due to its decentralized, non-controllable nature. It is with this perspective that we analyze XRP. With the advent of instantaneous settlement I've always argued that the necessity of a reserve currency is moot. Do you really believe that a reserve currency is superfluous? Is one truly necessary here? CBDCs are taken into account. In addition to the crucial feature of the CBDCs. However, before we wrap up this video, I want to draw your attention to some breaking news that has surfaced throughout the film. The fact that it is coming from such famous people just makes it more significant. In all seriousness, the coexistence of two global reserve currencies is not out of the question. I think it's doable, and I really do. I think it's understandable that many nations are tired of keeping the dollar as their reserve currency. On top of that, I think a lot of businesses are willing to consider new possibilities. Additionally, I am no longer concerned that one of my situations will be released soon. One of my more outlandish predictions about the future of digital assets is that, once countries accept that the dollar can't stay the world's reserve currency forever, other currencies will take its place. We initially encountered resistance from several banks and other financial organizations who wanted to know why they should use our software instead of the in-house solutions they already had. They overlooked the fact that the entire country is home to only approximately 10 banks. It would appear that banks such as JP Morgan Chase, Deutsche Bank, HSBC, and Credit Suisse are in a position to build a system that the entire globe could depend on. Those are considered to be their most dangerous competitors by the other 6,000 smaller banks. Because of their intense animosity towards such entities, they are afraid to implement their own system for fear of giving an unfair advantage to their most dangerous competitors. This might happen to other nations too, in my view. Every nation would be lucky to have its currency used as the global reserve currency, much like the US dollar has helped the US economy develop tremendously, though unjustly, over the years. In my opinion, no other nation could pull it off as well as the US could, maybe with the exception of Russia and the EU. But let's be honest, most countries know they won't be the ones to create a new international reserve currency. This suggests they could prefer a currency that isn't subject to their primary geopolitical rivals' control over one that is. So, that's the perfect world where a lot of digital assets would do well. Upon realizing that the US dollar has finite resources, these nations make the decision to not use it as their currency. This is due to the fact that the US dollar is no longer desired. Surely no one in the EU would want their currency to replace the US dollar, would they? The idea of the ruble replacing the dollar isn't attractive to Russia. China would prefer it if the yuan replaced the dollar more than any other country. Perhaps instead of letting their most dangerous geopolitical rival control their currency, they could come up with a system that would be impossible to administer. So, if you want to succeed, it is the most likely result, in my view. At that point, the video cuts out altogether. If you could hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, that would mean the world to me. Thank you so much. Leave.